In this video, I'll be analysing how I use my media technologies in the construction and research planning and evaluation stages of my entire coursework. I use Photoshop for the majority of the tasks that involve me editing or creating any still image. I really like Photoshop because of how simple it is to pick up, yet can create some very complex images. I used it to create my horror film villain called Mona. I really enjoyed making this character on Photoshop because I feel that I had a lot of freedom with what I could do. You can click on the finished villain section on the screen to see the whole creation video. I used Photoshop to create the poster for my horror film. This is where I came into my own. I was able to do everything I wanted with the software not holding me back at all. To be honest, the hardest part of the process was trying to put all of my ideas onto the page without it looking overcrowded. Unfortunately, Photoshop does not have a tool for that. I had to think that myself. Photoshop had a large impact on my coursework in the way that it allowed me to customize my work a hell of a lot more. I found that I could use Photoshop for my blog customization and other small things just to make it look a little bit nicer. I used Premiere Pro for everything in my coursework that involved editing footage together. Here it was used to edit our behind the scenes video for our main film. I wasn't able to record the editing process of the main film due to it taking so long. The thing that I found hardest with Premiere Pro was the exporting process. I had to put a lot of research into the best settings and codecs to export with to make sure that the film was the best quality possible. All this aside, Premiere Pro is really simple, but like Photoshop, you can pull off some very complex results if used correctly. Premiere Pro was a great piece of software to use for my coursework. It offered a lot of great effects and settings that worked really well on my coursework tasks, like in my film and this evaluation question. I used Adobe After Effects to do all visual effects in my film and for both of the intros in my main film and the behind the scenes video. I chose to use this for visual effects because it is again one of the most popular softwares that are used. This meant that finding things out that I didn't already know about the program was very easy because it was most likely that someone else had made a tutorial on it. After Effects is much more complex compared to Premiere Pro, which meant it took me a bit longer to get a hang of, but once I was used to it and had watched a few tutorials, I was okay with it. After Effects let me go into a world of next level visual effects for my coursework. Every one of the intros that you see in this evaluation question have been made using After Effects, and I feel that they make it look that much more professional. The same can be said for all of the other features that I've made using After Effects. XSplit is a form of video streaming software. It is usually used to live stream video to the internet, however I chose to use its features to record my screen and other things that needed to be recorded. I used XSplit to record my screen for all my sped up videos such as my poster creation video. It's great because it allows you to overlay multiple videos at the same time instantly without having to edit them together. It also records in very high quality and is compatible with a wide range of devices. A problem that I faced was trying to record the XSplit screen with XSplit itself. This created a problem because it would just end up going on infinitely like this. As a result, I had to find another screen recording software just to record this XSplit section with. XSplit really assisted me in the creation of my coursework tasks. It isn't easy to find a piece of software that matches XSplit's capabilities. It made the job of multi-source inputs a lot easier and then recorded it in very good quality for my blog. Sway is a form of presentation software that is made by Microsoft on their OneDrive platform. I chose to use it for the vast majority of coursework tasks. It's extremely easy to use and is not known by too many people, which was another selling point to me, which meant that my blog could look original as well as clean. The embedded format of the presentation makes the post look very nice instead of using an embedded PowerPoint, as I found it quite tacky. I like the range of design formats on Sway, but I wish that I could be able to change the colours and the fonts, just more customization in general. I used Adobe InDesign for the production of my magazine review. The reason for this is because it's one of the most widely used software for magazine production. This was important to me because being a newbie to design, I could find a lot of tutorial videos to help me along with making my review. I found it quite tricky to start off with because it is so different compared to the other Adobe products that I'm used to, such as Photoshop and Premiere Pro. But once I got the hang of it, I found it quite easy to understand. I feel that I feel that InDesign really had a massive impact on making my review look the way it did. Had I produced it with different software, I don't think it would have looked anywhere near as good.